A few things are checked during a review. The reviewer checks every in-text citation to ensure that it matches a reference entry and is properly formatted to follow the citation style being used. Then, they look through the reference entries to ensure that these follow the proper format and all source information is included. It is important that citations are carefully and properly used to ensure that your work is at a level of professionalism expected of this kind of research. This example will go through a review of a document using APA, or American Psychological Association, style. Other styles follow a similar pattern of review, and the most common errors are similar to the ones covered in this document. To start, the reviewer opens two copies of the work. One is open to the top of the body of the work, and the other starts at the top of the reference section. This allows for the in-text citations to be checked against the references. The in-text citations are reviewed to ensure that the source matches a reference entry. In this first example, there is a source for this author in the references, but the year does not match. A comment will be inserted that either the year is incorrect or this source needs to be added to the references. This citation also is missing the comma between the author and year. The second citation in this document is not included in the references. A comment will note this discrepancy here, and the author should ensure this source gets included in the references. The third citation misspells the first author's name. A note will be made to confirm the spelling and correct it. This citation also uses the word "and" instead of an ampersand. Because it is a parenthetical, APA requires it to be an ampersand. Once all in-text citations are reviewed, the reviewer will scroll to the references in the document they have been commenting on. Once here, the references will be checked for proper format and to ensure that all source information is included. Feedback will be given on a portion of the reference entries. The feedback will aim to identify common errors that occur throughout the references, so the student can see a corrected version of the entry type and apply it throughout their references. In this example, I will use track changes to make the necessary corrections. Typically, it would be inserted in a comment so the student edits their own work. The first source is missing a comma after the first author last name. The item is a journal article, so the title should not be italicized and should have a period, not a comma, after it. It is missing the journal's name, Global Environmental Change, which should be italicized. And the volume number should also be italicized. In the second source, the author's first name should only be an initial. The title should be sentence cased, meaning the first letter of the first word and all proper nouns are capitalized and italicized. There is a spelling error. The reviewer will note these when found so the student can correct them. It should be contract, not contact. Addition information should be inserted in a parenthetical. The press and location information are reversed. These items would be included as comments with brief explanations of what is incorrect and the proper way to cite the item. This allows the author to go through the rest of the entries and fix the errors in other places where they appear.